Hello, it's day 53. I just got done with my cardio, which you can probably tell from all this glistening sweat and the mussy hair. I usually do these right after I exercise. Anyway, so I did do my cardio today. I didn't go to the gym and do the weightlifting because I had a get-together with some friends of mine tonight. About every couple of weeks, this group of guys and I get together and we talk about life in general. We talk about our lives, we talk about different things, and we had a really interesting discussion tonight. Somebody posed the question, like, what does it take for someone to change something in their life, to move from, get out of a bad job, or pursue their dreams with something, get out of a relationship that's not working, or any sort of change like that. And kind of what we talked about, my initial thought was that people will change things when it's more painful to stay where they are than it is to move. And someone else pointed out it can work the other way, although it's probably less rare. Less rare is probably more rare. When something when something else is really attractive and really draws you, then you'll move. So anyway, I kind of see it as a continuum, but it all, bottom line, falls towards when it's more comfortable to be in one place than another, then you'll move. And excuse me, sweat's dripping my eye. And I found that to be true. For instance, even this weight loss thing, I found a way with the $1,000 that I'm putting up and holding myself accountable every day by doing these videos. It has helped a lot. But a way to make it less painful to do my exercise and be consistent with it than it is to not do it. I risk losing $1,000 if I don't make my goal. I risk disappointing those of you out there who watch and care if I don't do my exercise every day or almost every day. And so in that manner I've made it more painful to do that, or more painful to not exercise than to exercise. And we also talked about how it's probably healthier, even though it is more rare, but the people who really truly are living their lives and really truly enjoying themselves are probably the ones who are more apt to go after something because something else is better or more attractive to them, rather than waiting for where they're at to become painful. I hope this is making some sort of sense. But so the people who are even okay or happy with where they're at, but see something they'd like even better and still go after it and not hold back and say, oh, this is alright, I can deal, this is pretty good where I'm at. That's got to be pretty powerful. So anyway, I've been thinking about all this kind of stuff. I haven't said much about this kind of thing, but my plan in the next few months is to, right now, for those of you who don't know, I have a half-time job working at the local hospital. I do computer work there, and also the last year or so I've been slowly building up some, doing some consulting, also computer work. And in a lot of ways I like doing the consulting more. I get paid more, I get to do my own hours, it's more of the kind of stuff I enjoy. Whereas even though the job I have is a good job, I've been there for almost 8 years. It's less fulfilling than it used to be, and I'm kind of feeling like it's time to move on. So sometime in the next few months, I've got one big project I need to finish for them. But sometime in the next few months, I'm going to take the plunge and quit my job at the hospital and focus on doing my consulting. And also my goal is, since I'll make more money consulting, is to work less, work maybe 30 hours, and then do my movies some of the rest of the time. Really get into making films and that kind of thing. Those of you who haven't seen my films, I've got them. I should have them linked. I'll make sure that they're linked on my YouTube. I have another YouTube account, Bastardos Borrachos, which is the name of my friend and I came up with for the films we do. And anyway, they're kind of fun, and I enjoy them, and I enjoy making them. And anyway, so yeah, it just got me thinking about making changes in your life and what it takes to get that momentum up, and also thinking about how you can do things to create that momentum in your life. If there's something that you know you want to do, you just have to find a method to, like I said, either make it so attractive to go after what you want that you can't help but get up and go after it, or make going after it less painful than not somehow. And again, like I did with doing these videos and my $1,000 contest for the exercise, which is working out really well for me. So hopefully that made some semblance of sense, and I'd love to hear back from you guys about what you think about that, and things in your lives that the changes you've made, whether because you just had to get away from whatever it was, or even more inspiring, you know, things that you went after that you really love to do. I'd love to hear those kinds of stories. If you want to message me or submit your own video or something, that would be great. And oh, and the other thing that we talked about was surrounding yourself with people. We talked about how at work there's these two guys in particular who've been having trouble with work, and hopefully I'm not breaking their confidence. Well, I'm not going to tell anything about what they're doing. That's their stories. But anyway, some issues with work, and somebody mentioned how it's easy to get kind of trapped in a situation that's not very good, and but kind of think that oh, this is how it's for everybody, it's normal, and you look at the people around you who are also miserable, and think, well, this is just how it is, or that type of thing. And I've had that thought before, and that is kind of true. There aren't many people around me that I look at their lives and look and a lot of people around me don't seem really happy. People seem to be getting by at best and kind of miserable at worst, and that's not I know very few people who I would say really truly love their lives and are in love with what they do, and are just happy to be alive and happy to be doing what they're doing, and that's kind of depressing. I think a good measure of success would, or maybe to help with success, would be to surround yourself with people who love their lives, and obviously love your own life and love what you do. And I'd imagine it's harder to get to that point when you're surrounded by people who are less than satisfied. This is true in relationships too. There are very few relationships that I see that seem happy to me, and even those that are happy, even those that are on the outside that look happy, there's very few that I see that I would actually want. That I look at the relationship and say, that's the kind of relationship that I would want, and that's kind of depressing. I mean, I can only think of a handful of relationships that are the kind of relationships I would want to be in, and yeah, it's anyway. But there's got to be people out there who are happy. I've heard of them. Anyway, I'm just kind of blabbing now, so I should cut this to an end. But if any of you have any thoughts on this kind of stuff, feel free to share. I'm not a very good pen pal. I've got a few people who've written me, and I need to write them back, and I keep promising, and every few weeks I'll have like a surge where I'll sit down and write a bunch of people back. But I know I'm not very good at that. But I might start talking a little more in these videos if people, if some interesting conversations come up or something. So anyway, that's what I've got for you tonight, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.